were just like this molecule in the sky that said, you know what, I'm gonna land in this woman's uterus and like a parasite and just suck the life from her. It wasn't the fetuses, the embryos, the zygotes. It wasn't their fault. That's what I'm saying. I can see if we're saying
it wouldn't make them not guilty, though, and it would explicitly make it
right. And it actually is everything. Yeah, everything you just said. I'm sorry. It actually is. It actually is their fault.
How is it their girl? What
these things would not be occurring? They are recurring as the result of their existence.
No, what I'm saying
is, it actually is. It actually is like the embryo. The embryo acts parasitically. So once conception occurs, there is essentially a defense mechanism to where it creates kind of like a shield around it to where your immune system doesn't recognize it as a foreign agent.
You skipped the part. I said, how did the baby decide to be developed into in like when the semen hit the egg? You're saying from that moment that it now it's the zygote's fault for being created.
I'm saying it's guilty. It's guilty.
It's guilty of being created.
No, it's guilty of pregnancy, of implanting itself into my uterine wall.
Girl, this argument is crazy to me.
You can be guilty.
How does my argument
not be conscious of your guilt?
You just said.
Wait. 1 second. How does me saying that the fetus or the embryo is guilty any less ridiculous than you saying the fetus is innocent?
Because of my line of thinking is I think you are innocent until you have the ability to know from right from wrong. I think you're innocent. So I think when I look at baby,
but why though?
Because they don't understand right from wrong, so they're innocent. You say, oh wow, look at that baby, she's so innocent. Until you see like, and then if you really ask me,
would you say like a person who has committed a crime who is like extremely mentally disabled is innocent?
Mm-hmm. Not of committing a crime. No, they committed the crime. Now they may be innocent.
Right. So the crime was committed because of them, as a result of them in their existence.
The crime happened because of them and the results of their existence. Yes.
So then they would still be guilty.
Right.
Of the crime.
Yes.
And I think this is where you and I delineate, because you're saying you have to have a certain capacity in order to be guilty, but you don't need to have any capacity in order to be innocent, and that's not logically consistent.
No, I'm saying only, like, I don't believe that adults are innocent. I don't believe that children past a certain age are innocent. I think that now, because you understand, even you don't need to understand morality, but you need to understand if mommy says no, that means no. If the teacher says sit and you get up, then you have now broken the classroom rule. So I believe that now they're no longer innocent. But a baby, I believe that children I feel like children are underestimated constantly, because I'm also a nanny. And I see how you can tell an 8-month-old, you can start teaching from very young. Look at syntax of languages. Children are very, very, very wise and smart, so they have the ability of understanding right and wrong. So I'm saying the helplessness, I feel like the innocence is when the very early stages of the pregnancy, because it has no ability to do anything harm to you. It's not like the zygote is saying,
yes, it does.
Is okay. Even if you're saying that, but the zygote did not decide to latch. It's not the zygote's fault. It's not like.
Well, it did. The zygote literally extends what is a phalange.
1 second. Are you driving?
Who, me? I'm not driving.
Oh, it sounds like someone going over the bridge. Okay, go ahead.
Sorry, what you were saying, comrade?
I was just saying that the zygote does extend a phalange-like arm, and then burrows into the uterine wall, and then starts to leach nutrients, and then actually grows its own placenta.
Okay.
So yes, if you like, that is an action that the embryo actually takes.
Okay.
I would say would be like.
Okay, it does that.
It's guilty of that.
Yeah, okay, I'll even go with that. Okay, it's guilty of allowing sustaining itself from the nutrients provided by the mother. Okay, yes. Now, but what I'm saying is, the action would have never, the pregnancy, you only hear about one immaculate conception by the Mother Mary, the mother of Jesus. You never heard anyone getting pregnant outside of sex ever. So what I'm saying is the determining factor of pregnancy is not the zygote. It is the act of seg. That is the reason why there's pregnancy. It is not because the zygote decided to appear in the mommy's uterus. So that's what I'm saying. Why
I disagree.
Are we now punishing how I want to hear how you disagree with that.
Because all that sex guarantees would be like the only direct outcome that sex can guarantee is conception. Because what is it, like 33 to 60% of fertilized eggs don't implant into the uterine wall. So even if conception occurs, it's not a guarantee that pregnancy will occur. And there's nothing additional that the pregnant or that the AFAB person can do to ensure that pregnancy happens.
Yeah, no, okay. I what I'm saying is every time except the conception of Jesus, sex has occurred. Every single other time.
Well, no, there's IVF and there's also artificial insemination.
Okay, yeah, that's not true at all. We can reproduce without sex. Sex is just we can only say. I'm just saying, like 1 second. We can just say that like sex is just a way for us to, or at least like an evolutionary thing to like get us to be more likely to reproduce. But we do not require sex to reproduce.
Okay, yes. Today, yes, we have the IVF, but the IVF is more so like a woman.
We've never needed IVF. IVF just makes it easier, but we've never had to have sex. As long as we have been able to have sex the way that we do today, we have never had to have sex to reproduce.
So what do we need to have in order to reproduce?
A sperm and an egg.
Right, but what I'm saying is, generally, typically, pregnancy is caused by sex. Today,
generally,
it's caused by sex. So that's what I'm saying. It's if we're gonna call something guilty, we should call the sex guilty, or not the zygote. We should call sex guilty.
No, because again, like sex just ensures conception. It doesn't ensure pregnancy.
Yeah. Okay. So whatever is causing the pregnancy, whether it's IVF, whether it's sex, whether it's someone just taking it on the end of a spoon and putting it up there to fertilize the egg, or if it's however it is, I feel like then that should be the blame. I don't think abortion is the answer.
Wait, you realize that conception and pregnancy happen at different times, right?
No.
Yes, they do.
Okay. So conception is, correct me if I'm wrong, just like the fertilization of the egg, right? By the sperm?
Correct.
That's conception. And then when it latches to the uterus, then she's pregnant?
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah, and that can take up to 7 days. Someone in the comments said up to 2 weeks, but typically it's 5 to 7 days. So those happen at 2 different times. So yes, sex does ensure that conception, well, it doesn't, sex essentially can result in conception, but once conception occurs, there's nothing that anyone can do to ensure that pregnancy will occur.
Okay, so what I'm saying is, no, I get that, and I understand that. What I'm saying is that whatever it is, whether it's sex, whether it's IVF, whether it's inserting a tube or something up there to artificially inseminate the egg, then I feel like that should be banned, not abortion.
So I think you're missing that there's another link. I think that you're missing that there's another link in the chain. Let me ask you, do you think that an AFAB person, once conception has occurred, can prevent implantation from occurring? Would that be a moral action?
Would that be a moral action or immoral?
Moral. Would that be a moral action to prevent the zygote from implanting?
If she purposely prevents the latching, that's immoral. So
you would be against like IUDs?
IUDs, no, that isn't that birth control?
Well,
but that can prevent
IUDs. Yeah, IUDs can make your uterus have a very thin uterine lining, so that even if conception, it doesn't latch onto your uterus.
Comrade, are you driving? What the hell's going on?
Yeah, because they're gonna kick you off. They did that to me if you driving. I was driving and they kicked me off. What